TekDrive is a collaborative test and measurement data workspace where users can upload, store, organize, search, download, and share any files from any connected device. It allows engineers to keep their and their team's data in one central location, easily accessible from anywhere. To see the real power of this capability, let's see the integration with the scopes. Here I've got a nice set of waveforms and an FFT. I'm going to go to File Utilities, and I see my normal hard drive where I could store data. But I'm going to go to Mount, and now I see TekDrive. I can add this new TekDrive, give it a name, tell it to disconnect on different circumstances like power cycling or a certain amount of time. I can also restrict the TekDrive pairing to an IP address. Once I say connect to TekDrive, I'm presented with a shortcode and a URL for activation that I can go to on a phone or a laptop or even on the browser on a Windows scope. Type in that shortcode, log into my account, say next, and now these two things are paired. It's showing me that I am allowing access to my data to the oscilloscope in question, and meanwhile I go back to the oscilloscope and it shows activation successful automatically. Once I say mount the TekDrive, I see my TekDrive shown in the scope just as if it was another drive. Therein lies the beauty of this capability. With this new cloud TekDrive mounted, I can go to Save As for a typical session. Got my waveforms set up, and I just go to Browse to select a location. Now I can select a folder in my TekDrive and save this session directly to my TekDrive directly from the scope. This is a beautiful way to save data because it's always accessible and ultimately always shareable. Let's go over to the browser and check out how to share it. My file already shows up. I can click on sharing and add one of my coworkers directly to this file. What's even more interesting is that I can go to my files, select a folder, and add the same coworker or a different set of folks to this folder. Now, anytime I save new data to that folder, those coworkers will instantly have access to those files in the files under Shared with Me. Now let's talk about some of the things you can do once your data is in TekDrive. You easily saved it here, but directly in TekDrive, I can open up those waveforms and see them in their full resolution directly in the browser, no extra software required. Here I've pulled up cursors and measured the period of the square wave. 10 microseconds, it's 100 kilohertz square wave. This software also has the ability to write Excel-like analysis functions against the waveforms. So I've written a smooth function against the square wave. You see the original and the smoothed version. Here, let's do some different math. Channel 1 minus channel 2 minus channel 3, rendering a different waveform that we can amplify and look at with cursors and in its full resolution. This software is in the browser and it allows you to zoom and pan and move around the data in buttery smooth visualizations. In addition, you can add annotations to your data. Here I'm saying there's a 100 kilohertz glitch that needs investigation. Okay, now that was a stacked waveform plot. Now let's look at a tool called Lines, which looks a lot more like a scope plotted on the same axis. You have still very smooth methods to zoom in directly to data, again in its full resolution. You still have the concept of cursors and expressions to write math against your data, and here I'll just do a quick rise time calculation. All of these powerful tools are directly in the browser, no extra software required. Now let's imagine that you come up to the same or a different scope the next day and you want to pull that session back. TekDrive is great for that. I can go to Recall, pull back the session from my TekDrive, it automatically downloads and applies to the scope. Use TekDrive for free at tekcloud.com/TekDrive.